We have new video now from a witness to that shooting provided exclusively to CNN. I want to warn you, what you're about to see is hard to watch. You don't see the shooting, but you do see what happened immediately afterward. The man seen walking is believed to be Darren Wilson, the officer who shot and killed Michael Brown.
I bless his soul. The police shot this boy outside my apartment. They killed him.
Earlier this morning, I had an opportunity to speak with the woman, that young woman. She's only 19 years old. You can hear her. She's very upset. The voice you hear there, her name's Piaget Crenshaw, and asked her why she felt the need to record what was going on outside her window.
From it all initially happening, I knew this was not right. I knew the police shouldn't have even been chasing this young boy and firing at the same time. And the fact that he got shot in his face, it was something that clicked in me like, no, somebody else needs to see this. This isn't right. I got to record.
So you pulled out your cell phone camera and started rolling. How long after it all happened? You saw the whole scenario play out, right?
Yes, ma'am. But I waited a good 30 seconds. I had to run the house, get my phone, hurry up. It's kind of cracked up. I had to put it on the camera and just start recording what I saw.
So walk me through that.
30 seconds. So what we're looking at is Officer Darren Wilson to the right. He's just looking over the body, just looking baffled and bewildered of sorts, like trying to explain to the officer, what had I just done? And then we get this picture of him pacing back and forth, just like in disbelief. So like, it's like he understands that he just shot this boy in the face and that this boy was unarmed. And to me, this video just seems relative for this time period, especially including the fact that Chief Jackson said that the reason that this video wasn't even on the media at the time when it should have been was because he wanted to get all the information out at the same time, you know, under the Freedom of Information Act. But they could have easily given these videos as well because they confiscated my phone.
So let's go back to that in a second. So take me back to the moment when you see a tussle at the police cruiser. What was going on? What happened?
Okay, well, from my point of view, I could not tell exactly what was going on, but it just looked as if he was trying to pull him almost into the car.
The officer pulled Michael into the car.
It just looked like he was trying to do such, and you know, Brown being a bigger fella, that didn't seem to have been working, so of course he got away, and it just seemed to have upset the officer.
And then what happened?
Got out, his man just started chasing after the boy. I'm hearing shots fired. Clearly none of them hit him, but one I think did graze him, as they say on the autopsy report. And at the end, he just turned around after, I'm guessing, he felt the bullet graze his arm. He turned around and then was shot multiple times. And
the autopsy is now showing that he was shot from the front, not the back.
Exactly.
Does that square with what you saw?
Definitely, because he was running away. So when he turned towards the cop is when he let off the most shots.
So now let's go to the point where I hear your voice. You sound really upset.
I haven't even lived there a month. I had just moved there out of my parents' home, and to see something like this outside of my window as I'm trying to go to work, it's traumatizing.
Remember that young lady, Piaget Crenshaw, is just 19 years old, as you heard her just mention. She had just moved out from living with her parents, as a child does, on her own. She'd been living on her own for a month. She was supposed to go to work that morning. Her boss came by to pick her up. They were running late. If they had been on time, they wouldn't have been there to watch all of this play out, and she wouldn't have recorded that incident on her cell phone. She's really torn up about the incident. She was very composed when she talked to me, but afterwards I had an opportunity to talk to her off camera, and she said as if she felt there was a really big storm cloud over her community of Ferguson, and that she hoped that that would move on and that calm would be restored and that there would be justice for Michael Brown. CNN has also reached out to Ferguson police for comment. So far, we have not received